Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to the Vampire Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. We are following the reign of Queen Darling Cloudy Snarl, who has recently stirred up the court through her new laws regarding marriage. Already, some of the ladies are beginning to compete for the Queen's attention and for a chance to marry their daughter to the prince. But the news has sent ripples down the monarch's family too, making her relationship with Crown Princess Zara quite strained. Darling realizes Zara might not like to be controlled, but she also knows the mark of a true heir is to think about the bloodline's future. Prince Zara has aged up into a teen, so we're taking a look at him in Cass. He has gained the erratic trait and is a Renaissance sim aspiring to be good at many things at once. While Zara has had the closest relationship with his mother growing up, I think there's always been a desire to live up to her worth. I mean, she's the perfect queen to the vampires, and I feel that along with idolizing her, Zara has always wanted to be more useful. The change in the way males are now valued gives him that, but suddenly being the center of attention has thrown his emotions out of whack. He just doesn't know how to react. He was raised for a life in isolation, and things have become very different. He even prefers homebody sims and those that stay inside instead of wandering around, and now he's more or less being paraded in the main court. In terms of appearance, I think he looks like a good blend of his parents, but I can see slightly more of his father Barco in him. Also, now that males have more worth, the Queen has decided that any princes born to the court will also be granted a silver circlet like the princesses. Crown Princess Zara has aged up into a teen, so we're taking a look at her in Cass as well. She's gained the insider trait and aspires to become a bodybuilder, gaining the strength to win tournaments and earn the coven's respect. But I think this stems from a desire to have total obedience. As she gets older and her fate spirals out of her control, I think Zara has come to realize that she feels most secure when surrounded by a group of followers and loyalists. She doesn't like it when others argue with her and believes that brawn instead of brains is going to keep people in check, so we might start seeing her throw her weight around in court. In terms of appearance, I feel as though she looks like neither parent. She's so different from both in terms of coloring and features, but I think she's pleasant enough and definitely unique. Now that she's a teen, she'll be entering the main court with 2 bonus influence points for being the crown princess. Princess Nimue has aged up into a child, so we're taking a look at her and Cass as well. She's gained the lazy trait and aspires to be a whiz kid. I think being the youngest probably means she's grown up knowing her older sisters will do all the work needed in court, so her competitive drive is very low. Almost as though every political niche is filled so there's no point in her trying. Deep down, I think she wants to study everything she can and become really smart, but she ends up procrastinating and not getting anything done at all. And I don't think I have to point out that this is yet another princess who's turned out poorly educated. In terms of appearance, I feel like Nimue has very handsome features. She's almost got a masculine face to her, and I love it. Out of all the sisters, she might be my favorite when it comes to looks. I want to say she's a blend of her parents, but she might lean more towards her father, Salim. We have our first teenager in court, and I am so excited to see what sort of drama this is going to bring to us. Now, I've already had a peek at the relationships that Crown Princess Zara has with the other ladies and also the kids that she's grown up with. And I have to say, I am so glad that I decided to wait until they became teens before I moved them into the main household and the main court, because by the time they come in, guys, they have some very interesting relationships already established, and I think that's just going to add to the drama of their story. Before I take a look at all of those things, though, I do want to address something that a few of you have pointed out in the previous episode. You guys were picking up on the fact that Darling and Akira seem to, I think, walk this very fine line between existing as friends and maybe becoming something more. And some of you were saying, what would happen if they got married, because then it would mean that Zara and Zuleika become step siblings, so they wouldn't necessarily be able to marry, so that could backfire on Akira. And then you were asking about, what would it look like if, say, two ladies got married under the new marriage laws. So very quickly, I do want to say that the vampires are gonna probably experience a cultural shift where the ladies will no longer be intermarrying with each other. We'll only have the male-female marriages between the males and females born within the court. So no one who's kind of brought from outside and elevated, like in the case of pretty much all the ladies we have right now. And the reason for this, of course, is going to be because I don't think the ladies will want to nullify potential matches for their children because the children in the court end up becoming step-siblings. So the whole situation we're worried about with Akira and Darling, like that won't really ever come to pass. At most, the ladies will take each other on as lovers if they start developing feelings, but something like marriage, that is going to be very tightly and strictly controlled. So that's kind of what I had to say about that. Because I feel like I've mentioned this in a few comments, but I keep forgetting to say anything about it in the episode. Before I forgot, I thought I would just quickly go over that. What is this? Zara and Zara have a difficult family dynamic. Okay, and we know that Zara already has a difficult dynamic with her mother, Queen Darling. Now that I have managed to get all of that out of the way, we need to take a look at some of the drama that's happening, because there is drama. So already we can see she doesn't seem to get along very well with her brother or her mother. Now, if we go to relationships and I head over to everyone in the court, Zara apparently has good compatibility with Shannon. She is only friends with Akira though. She's like good friends with Lady Akira. So her strongest relationship is with her. And it's fascinating because Zara, you can see it in the dress that she wears. She has a black and white dress, just like Akira has a black and white dress. I mean, the colors are inverted, but still, you can kind of see that she draws a lot of inspiration from Akira. And then she has the worst relationship with her mother, Queen Darling. She's got like a little bit of a red with her mother, which is not good at all. Because this, if you want to know the gravity of the situation, right, it means that if there is ever a judgment against Crown Princess Zara, their current relationship means that Darling will be voting for her own daughter's death, not her own daughter's exile. And that is huge because Darling has the most influence points right now, which is basically the number of votes she would cast, right? Or it's not votes she would cast, but the red bar means her vote would be for a death vote, and 7 influence means that's how much her vote would be worth, 7 points. That's how much weight Darling has when she says something, like people listen to her. And she has the most influence points in the courts right now, like in the court. So this is very dangerous, the line that she is traversing with her mother. And the thing is, Queen Darling can also she can call a judgment, She can call a judgment. And we haven't talked about this, but mothers can totally call judgment on their daughters. That is very, very possible. And in terms of the other ladies, she has a good impression of them, but she's not really close to anyone else. It's just Akira. So you can kind of see the comparison between the two dresses that they have. So that's what we have going on there. And then the drama, because the drama happens when we take a look at her relationship with all the youngsters that she has pretty much grown up with. So where is that? That would be under here. So guys, I'm sure you can see what the problem is, right? So apparently, Crown Princess Zara barely has a relationship with her brother Zoro. She has, as we've already seen, a bit of a negative with her mother, Queen Darling. She has a good relationship with her sisters. She's actually friends with her sisters, which is a little bit unexpected, but I do like that. She doesn't really have a relationship with Yorick, and I think she knows at this point that her mother has set her sights on Yorick, most probably for Zara. And then, guys, look at the red she has with Zuleika. Zara despises Zuleika. I was not expecting this. This is crazy for so many reasons, because this means that if something happens to tip them into becoming enemies, then Zuleika in the next generation under Queen Zara would have a judgment call on her, and she will immediately be exiled or killed. Like, this is what their starting relationship is. It is crazy to me. Now, we might not have to wait till the next generation, because if Zara and Zuleika become, or if Zara becomes an immortal within this court, and she gets voted in as counselor, because that can happen. Like, the youngsters, they can be voted in as counselors once they become immortals under, like, their mothers. If that happens, and Zuleika is not on the council as well, then Crown Princess Zara could call for a judgment on Zuleika in this generation under Queen Darling. The only way Zuleika would be able to be safe from that, like Zara and Zuleika, is if both of them are voted in on the council. Then they would not be able to kind of, like, Crown Princess Zara wouldn't be able to do anything to Zuleika. Now, the most maybe unexpected version of events that could occur is that Zuleika gets voted in as a council member, as a counselor, and Zara doesn't. In that case, within this generation, Zuleika could call a judgment on Zara and have Zara killed or exiled. That is the only way, currently, as I see it, Zuleika would be able to overcome her fate. Literally, that is the only way Zuleika will be safe in the next generation, is if she manages to become an immortal, get voted in as a council member under Queen Darling, and call a judgment on Crown Princess Zara. So, from what I can see right now into their future, if Zara becomes queen, Zuleika will most definitely, unless something changes here, most definitely Zuleika will either be killed or exiled, guys. And we were just saying how there's been, like, no drama regarding judgments in this whole generation. Well, guess what? The Crown Princess just brought some drama with her, which is absolutely wild, but that is the way things look right now. And I definitely think her strained relationship with Darling stems from the fact that she doesn't want to be forced into an arranged marriage. She has her own thoughts, she wants to do things herself. And it's kind of fascinating how, you know, she doesn't have a relationship with her mother or Zara, and in terms of closeness, the queen is closest to her son Zara, like they're really close to each other. So I think that's very, very fascinating. But yeah, she hasn't had like a hunting trip ever, so I feel as though now that she's getting kind of thirsty, maybe we should go on a hunt with Crown Princess Zara. This is going to be like her first hunt at the castle with, you know, the acolytes. Okay, it is time for us to do some hunting. Yeah, she's got a strange thirst. She's only just started manifesting her vampiric powers. So let's go ahead and find her someone to drink from. We have, oh no. I'm wondering if the ladies have recently had a drink. I honestly can't remember. Oh no, we have maybe a few. We have a few around here that we can get a drink from. So Zara, let's go get ourselves a drink. Here you go, guys. This is Crown Princess Zara's first ever hunt at the castle. Taking her sustenance from an acolyte. There we go. So she's finally getting a taste of what it means to be a vampire. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so we have this going on. I think Akira recently, she gained a rank, so she manifested some more abilities. she has gained fitful sleep, so she's got reduced power gain while sleeping. She also got vampiric brawn. And then I think eternally welcome? Yeah. I think also occult disciple. So actually, the way that Akira's... You know what? This makes so much sense. You know how the crown princess looks up to Akira, and the crown princess, we know, also wants to become like a bodybuilder. Like, she wants to gain more strength because that's going to be her way of keeping others in control and in check. Well, when she looks at Akira, maybe she sees a vampire who is physically very strong, and that's one of the maybe many reasons that she actually looks up to Akira and wants to become more like her. That is very, very cool. That is very cool. So that's what Akira has going for her. The princess is going to have to slowly start building her power up as we go through kind of these hunts, mostly off camera, until she can kind of get some more abilities lined up, or manifest some abilities through her power points. So there is that. Let's see, we'll try and get some of these other ladies to go on a hunt. Queenie, let's grab a drink for you. Let's come on up, but grab a drink. Okay, there we go. Akira, we'll try and find you a drink as well. I think we already tried this one, but I'm just wondering. Okay, she has managed to recover herself enough that we can take a drink from her. I think when we were trying earlier, maybe she hadn't had a long enough rest, and now apparently she has. Okay, Akira, let's zoom. Let's go for this. Go for this acolyte. Start drinking from her. Shannon, now we might not have enough acolytes for everyone to take a drink. Let's get Shannon to go hunt that acolyte. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then we have Lilith. Let's see. Oh, I mean, we have a few ladies here. Let's drink plasma from them. Lilith, where are you? What are you doing? Okay, no more chatting with the passed out 6th acolyte. No. Let's go here. Let's do some hunting on this front. Excellent. And Caleb. Oh, nice. We have just enough ladies, just enough acolytes for all the ladies to take a drink. Come on, Caleb. Let's go do some hunting. Let's have our fill. Caleb. There we go. Okay, Caleb is drinking her fill. While she does this, guys, I do want to jump over to Queen Darling really quickly because... Oh, okay. Well, these two are sword fighting. But I have noticed something very unexpected with Darling's relationship with the youngsters as well. Guys, look at this. She has a red relationship with Zara, Zuleika, Princess Nydia, and Yorick. I thought she was favoring Yorick for her daughter Zara, but I don't know what happened recently off camera that relationship has soured, and in fact she has the most negative relationship with her second daughter Nydia, and I have no clue where this is all coming from. Since Zara has a close relationship with her sisters, I almost wonder if Zara's influencing Nydia in a way and making it so that Nydia maybe is acting out. Maybe she's kind of not saying things necessarily to Darling, but we know that Nydia was getting along well with Lilith. Maybe she's been saying things to Lilith, kind of compromising her mother, and Queen Darling has kind of learned of this behavior, and she doesn't really like it because she values Lilith as a counselor, and it's almost as though her children are sabotaging her. And with Yorick, I almost wonder, because Yorick he's got a pretty stable, decent personality, just like Zoro does. I wonder if Yorick has started realizing that maybe Queen Darling has her eye on him for Zara, but knowing Zara and how mean she is, maybe Yorick doesn't really like being matched to her. He doesn't really like that as a potential match. And so his relationship with the Queen has suddenly soured as well, because maybe he's not acting as agreeable as he used to maybe he's throwing more tantrums, or maybe he's being more difficult when the queen's trying to converse with him, because he kind of knows her agenda and he doesn't like it. Like, he does not want to be matched with Zara. So the way things currently stand, it seems as though both Zara and Yorick are on the same page in that they have no desire to get married to one another. And some of you guys have been saying some kind of really interesting things about what this might lead to in the future. Like, right now, even if Darling arranges these marriages, Zara could totally dissolve her own marriage. She could dissolve her brother's marriage if she so chooses. Like, if the queen marries Zara to Zuleika and Zara hates Zuleika, she could dissolve, that marriage. So there's plenty of interesting things that Zara could do if she becomes queen. And some of them totally unexpected. Like, I remember when I read the comment about Zara potentially dissolving the marriage between her brother and Zuleika, like, if they do end up together, then I thought, no way. Like, there's no way Zara would do that, right? It goes against the fabric of their whole culture and the whole reason marriages take place. But then we saw, like, I jumped in here after her makeover, after she moved in, and I saw that she despised Zuleika, and I was like, you know what? Maybe she would dissolve her brother's marriage if it was with Zuleika. So, yeah, there's some interesting things going on over here. But the ladies, I think I'm going to send them back to the court, and we are going to start prepping to have the new council appointed. Now, with the... Oh, in terms of whims, because our court is now getting bigger, like, Zara is part of it, the episodes are gonna, I think, stretch way too long if I do everyone's whims the way that I normally do. So instead, I'll try, when I do allocate time to do whims, I'll try and cycle through the different ladies. So I think focusing on, like, 5 Sims max is, like, the best. So maybe if the next time, like, I focus on whims, I'll do everyone except for Queen Darling. And then, the episode after, I might focus on Queen Darling and another 4 ladies. And so we'll kind of cycle through like that. And I think it'll work with the way we've been doing things so far and how much time I've been allocating for whims so far as the court continues to get bigger, because we're going to have 4 more girls that are going to join us. So this way, at least, the episodes won't stretch too long and it won't take us forever to, like, get through all the whims. We'll kind of cycle through on who we choose to focus on. But okay, let's get these ladies back in the main court. I think they need a bath or a shower and to get away from the sun, and I'll see you guys in a second. As the sun rose high overhead, the ladies returned to the castle and began preparations for the new council. Everyone dressed themselves in their finest fare, eager for the announcement that would change some of their fates. Even the crown princess looked at the throne with admiration, excited to see the power it held over everyone's lives. And the queen made her choice, declaring Lady Caleb Midnightspot and Lady Akira Darkpounce as her counselors for the summer season. Caleb's quiet but steadfast attention towards the children hadn't gone unnoticed by the monarch, who was ever more worried about the vampires they were growing into. She wanted some of that gentleness in the council. And Akira had proved herself a worthwhile friend to Queen Darling. She was also undoubtedly a wise member of the council, guiding the other ladies well when they went astray. And with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.